OK, it's time now for our Focus report, which this morning comes from China. Beijing plans to close a staggering 1,000 coal mines this year, a move that would cut 1.3 million jobs in this strategic sector. In its fight against pollution, the government is gradually reducing its dependence on coal, which still accounts for 60% of the country's electricity. Our correspondent went to the city of Datong, known as China's coal capital, to see how the closures would affect people living there.
Coal has been pulled from the ground in China for decades, but now the situation has changed. Work is still taking place at certain mines in the Datong area of Shanxi. However, cutbacks are also starting to take place as well. Cui Peng is one of those who's found himself without a job for the last 3 months.
Before we stopped production, the pile of coal was like a mountain. But because of the low prices right now, things are different. We could have made more money and produced more, but it's not the case at the moment. We just sit around and wait for work.
The future does not look bright for Cui Peng. Overcapacity in the coal mining sector in China has produced an estimated excess of 500 million tons of coal. The Wang family is among those who have been hit hard by the slowdown. A generation of miners, the Wang family is coming to grips with the fact their 27-year-old son has been laid off, the victim of a mine going into bankruptcy.
Right now, the coal industry is getting worse and worse. The workers don't get paid on time. Last month, their wages were held back for days and days. We haven't got paid yet this month, and it's well past the 1st. In my mind, the coal industry is just dead.
Beijing plans to shut down at least 1,000 mines across China in an attempt to improve air quality. The realization that air quality is a major problem in China has also impacted the Chinese government's bottom line. But as economic fortunes decline, so does the need for coal. It's expected that more than 1 million jobs are going to be cut in the coal mining sector. This is going to have a significant impact on the secondary industries as well. Ms. Chen sells mining clothes and equipment.
Right now in Datong, all the businesses are struggling. If you happen to just sell uniforms for coal miners, you'd be out of business. The mine company itself is not able to buy anything. Last year, we barely had any business. We virtually sell nothing to the coal mines anymore.
Tongmei Coal Group is the largest city employer. The state-owned company hires 1/3 of the 3 million people living in Datong. At its height, Tongmei developed its own living quarters. Penghu-Chu is home to 400,000 people. It has its own hospitals and bus networks, but the Tongmei coal mine is in trouble. The company lost around 229 million euros last year, which is a major problem for Datong. If the company goes bust, the city's livelihood will be in jeopardy.
I'm very worried because there's an economic crisis and it could easily turn into a social crisis, and a serious one at that, because mining companies are not only in charge of providing jobs for miners but also ensuring their livelihoods. They're responsible for putting miners' kids into school and for providing healthcare and other social services. If the mine shuts down, these people won't have jobs and they won't have a future either.
Protests by miners are a major concern for the Chinese government. In March, protests broke out at a coal mine just a few hundred kilometers from Datong. At present, all is well in Datong. However, the question a lot of people are asking is for how long, and not just here, but across the whole of northern China as well.